Hey everybody, it's your girl Jada Michelle with For the Record, and I'm here with Darius, and he is actually running another major blog out of Orlando called Free Dope Media. If you're not following Free Dope Media, check it out. I'll have everything down below. But I invited him today because we both are in the same lane, both into music and media. We follow a lot of happenings on social media, and I hit him up because I was like, me personally, because I'm all about hip-hop and rap and my culture. It's a big part of who I am. I grew up listening to hip-hop, listening to Biggie, Nas, Mos Def, Mobb Deep, all of that. And just to kind of see the changes in the hip-hop genre, more specifically the acceptance in other communities that may not be black or urban, it's kind of like we don't get a lot of credit. So stay tuned for our opinions. So, but I know I told you about, well, I'll even start with this, with the whole H&M situation, right? With the little boy who had on, the little black boy who had on a shirt saying coolest monkey in the jungle. So a lot of people are like, okay, this is why we should support black businesses, buy black, things like that. And I've even seen things where Forever 21 had a campaign where they use our lingo, Issa, right? That's a big thing 21 Savage started. But in their campaign, I did not see one black model. It's all white girls with blonde hair, blue eyes. So, like, how do you feel about, I guess, we'll just say it, Caucasian people adapting or accepting some of our lingo, our fashion, and our music?
I feel like it's good for hip-hop marketing reasons. You know, it's opening doors for hip-hop. Getting people more receptive to hip-hop and to understand it, as far as white people who actually, you know, spending the money and investing in the music. So I think it's good for hip-hop. I just think it's executed wrong the way, like you said, with the H&M situation. I don't think they had real bad intentions.
Yeah.
I just think they was trying to be like down, and you know, they didn't think about the consequences and they worded it wrong. So
I understand what you said, because that's a big thing. Like, me personally, I don't think H&M was like racist or anything like that. That they just, I think that like it was poor PR. Like, somebody should have caught that and said, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, see, they not as sensitive
right
to the subject, so they probably didn't think nothing of it, that it offend people. They probably thought black people would just look at him like, hey, you know, let's do it. Like, black people call nigga, so they feel like, oh, maybe this will draw them in and you know, come in, shop with us.
And that's where my problem is like, because they feel down, right?
Yeah.
They, you know, you may have somebody who listens to like Lil Pump, or you know, who listens to 21 Savage, who's more of a mainstream rapper, even though he's like, you know, he's from the hood, you know what I'm saying, or somebody who listens to like Rick Ross. They feel like, all right, cool, I know what this is like, so they feel like they can make judgments off of some of the decisions that may be made, or stereotypes that are connected to us. They feel like they could say or have an opinion about it when really you can't, because you aren't black. At the end of the day, you don't know what it's like to be racially profiled. You don't know what it's like to be born into piss poor situations where you got to do what you got to do to eat or take care of your family. And a lot of rappers talk about that in their music, even though it's things they're not necessarily proud of, like gun violence, selling drugs. So how do you feel about that? People who like throw negative connotations to hip-hop and rap music, but praise hip-hop and rap artists that are white, like Macklemore or Machine Gun Kelly or Eminem.
Like, that situation, I don't listen to Eminem, Machine Gun Kelly, and Macklemore, so I don't really know what they talk about in their music. And I never gave it a chance just because I feel like I can't relate to them. So, you know, they might have went through, you know. I know a lot of white people, you know, was raised in my neighborhood, and, you know, they kind of pick up on what, you know, they grew up around. And, you know, I know white people that say nigga, and, you know, a lot of people don't take offense to it. So, you know, you never know how somebody was raised and what they went through. So, I don't know. I gotta listen to their music. I gotta check them out.
well, I'll use Macklemore for instance. I listened to Machine Gun Kelly a little bit. I don't know his story personally. I know Eminem's gone through the struggle.
Yeah.
He's lived in trailer parks. But at the same instance, when it comes to like mainstream media, he has a one up because it's the color of his skin. Naturally, because white people are the majority, they see somebody who looks like them. And Eminem doesn't necessarily talk about gun violence or drugs or whatever the case may be, because that might not be something he was a victim to. He might not have to sell drugs to take care of his family.
I feel like it's good for the culture though. Like Eminem, you got people that listen to him just because he's white, but they gave hip hop a chance just because it's somebody they're familiar with, and his fans might draw off to the next person, T.I., Jay-Z. So like like I said, it's a win for hip hop as long as people paying attention to it. Like I saw like hip hop. I saw an ad like on the billboard like hip hop outsold pop this year. Yeah. Like it's only like 3 artists that's really selling. Like you got Taylor Swift, she might sell 300 million, but it's 100, 200, hip hop artists, and 5 or 10 of them sell 10 million. It add up more. So like I think it's taking hip hop in the right direction, and it's sad to say they help it. Like the people that spending money, like I said, is they race. Like black people don't spend money. Black people don't support artists, buy merchandise. They always try to cut corners. So like I said, it's good for hip hop. I don't see no problem with it.
Well, I mean, I understand in the marketing aspect as far as making money, yeah, it's a good thing. Like artists like the Migos will probably get reached out to more than just another hip hop artist. Katy Perry might hit up the Migos for a feature and pay them a pretty penny. They could charge her that much because of how much she makes. Yeah. And it is a good thing that hip hop is like right now the #1 genre of music as far as popularity goes. But I feel like in the instance as far as just for the sake of the culture, people have to realize like, okay, like you said, they may give people like Eminem a chance. Okay, they listen to hip hop. They may give people like T.I., which T.I.'s music has changed. It's not the same. Yeah. He's not Rubber Band Man no more. Now he's talking about live your life and making changes, which is all good and the same.
He came up like a political activist this year. Like,
yeah, which I definitely appreciate, because it kind of, those people who he may get to follow him may open their eyes and see like what we go through. But like the hip hop, like when people give it negative connotations when they listen to music, like for instance 21 Savage, right? He's talking about like all the stuff that he's done, like not necessarily that he's gonna do it anymore, but I mean those it's probably real shit that he's been through in all reality. Like, but you can't sit there and judge him because you as a person, you don't know what it's like to be born in that situation. But you'll listen to Macklemore who's talking about I'm gonna pop some tags, talking about going to spend money at a thrift shop, even though it's a catchy song, doesn't make him a hip hop artist, because hip hop is all about storytelling and talking about the struggle that a lot of people back in the day had went through. They were closer to time eras where white people, we had to go through like the back, or we had to use a whole another water fountain, and we had to live in neighborhoods that weren't necessarily the best. We can't forget about all of that and just think like, oh man, thank you so much for listening to hip hop, but only listening to what you want to listen to. You don't want to listen to the real struggle that someone like me has gone through. You want to be a hip hop artist, but you don't know what it's like to have to sell drugs or go home and try to like worry about somebody shooting up in your street.
Well, that's not really hip hop. Like a lot of people who really rap that stuff not even doing that stuff. Like they just really rap about what they see. They rapping in third person. Right. So like I can't say like nothing wrong with that. Like I respect the fact that they not rapping about stuff they haven't been through. But like you said, a lot of people don't know that stuff, which is they fans. Like it's a lot of kids, just because you from the hood don't mean like you have to do that stuff. And maybe they speaking to them, and maybe they helping kids who grow up around that, turn the other way and go the straight route. So it's needed, because a lot of people like they'll hear 21 Savage and feel like, okay, that's what they gotta do. Or what's cool, they want to do it because it's cool because they rapping about it. So it balance out.
But in the same instance, I feel like, one, children or young adults that are impressionable, where are your parents? Why is your mama and daddy letting you listen to 21 Savage? On the same end, you can't control what your child listens to when they go to school and their friends are all, you can't filter out everything. But two, I feel like what's helped, and I like to use 21 Savage as a perfect example because of the content that has been in his music, especially like No Heart, right? Or Savage Mode, stuff like that. But at the same instance, he's used the media as a platform to say, like, no, that's not how it should be. Now, that's stuff that I've gone through. And he's made music about that, too. About certain things and speaking truths. And even one of his last videos was a lot about everything that's kind of going on in politics as far as police brutality, Black Lives Matters, police lives matters. So I feel like it's okay to tell your story as long as you aren't still like doing the same thing. Yeah,
but that music, like, cause his, like, people got an expectation from 21. They want to hear that savage music, that, you know, that shooting music, that hustling music. Like, they don't want it, like, 21 Savage, the songs you was talking about, like, I never heard no positive music from 21 Savage. And, you know, I don't want to hear, like, I expect to hear that from 21 Savage.
Yeah.
But if I want to hear something positive, you know, I go listen to different artists, like Chance the Rapper, J. Cole. Like, I expect that from him. If J. Cole come out with some music talking street, you know, it'll throw me off. Like, I wouldn't probably give him another chance just because I know that's not, you know, his life.
Who he is, yeah.
So,
and that's probably why, like, he even said that a lot of some of the more positive music that he's made people don't listen to that because I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
I want to listen. I want to hear this, but at the same instance, I just feel like everybody has a story. They have a different narrative, and music is art. It's subjective. You are more than welcome to tell it how you want to. But like when it comes to hip hop or rap, R&B, well, not to say that you can't be white and be a rapper or an R&B singer is completely fine, but when it comes to mainstream media, people kind of pick and choose certain things from that specific culture, and then it's like they created it. Like even with our style, right? Like I mentioned before, we were talking about if I wear braids, I'm ghetto. Kim Kardashian or like Kylie Jenner gets some braids, then all of a sudden it's a new thing. They see all these, you know, Caucasian girls wearing braids and thinking it's the new coolest thing. But like back in middle school when I had it in my hair, it's calling me ghetto or picking up my hair like, oh, what is this, extensions? Like, what is this? Like, so without giving credit to like, hey, we got this from this culture, and it's okay to be inspired. It's great, but don't just take and then run with it and like it's something you created or it's your own.
But it's vice versa. Like, you know, we don't give white people credit for stuff they do. Like, you know, at one point in time, you know, everybody was wearing Sperry's. We didn't come out and say, you know, like what they did come out and say, you know, this the white boy swag or something like that. But it'll kind of be disrespectful. You'd be like, oh yeah, I'm on my black people shit. So it's like,
and you saying it's kind of hard. Like they can't say without us being offended.
Yeah, like we get offended so much.
Yeah.
We, you know, they come out and give us props. It might be like, oh, like they think it's a joke or they trying to be funny or something. So I don't know, like.
But I just feel like it's just a lot of different things that we just, I don't know. I feel like they could do better. We as a people, of course, we could do better with supporting each other, which I think the more informed we become and the more, I guess, woke, everybody likes to use that term, right? The more woke we are, the closer we are to kind of working together. Because I've never seen, there's a lot of local black businesses and things like that that are opening up, and now people are gravitating more towards that, which I haven't seen before. And it's mainly because we see like, hey, we kind of divided, we should kind of come together. But in the same instance, I'm not saying that they have to say, yeah, I'm wearing some slides today, I'm on my nigger shit.
Yeah.
But they, like I said, especially when it comes to using it for marketing tools, like with the Forever 21 campaign, or Marc Jacobs, he had a fashion show a while back where he had his models all wear like dreads. It was like this island Caribbean themed type of show, but he didn't have one black model. It's just like, well, look, come on, throw us a bone if you're going to take something from us. Yeah. Like, give us an opportunity if you're going to be inspired by that. So, but
it was one point in hip hop, like, I think the early like 60s, 70s, whenever hip hop was born, like, they didn't give hip hop a chance at all. Like, hip hop records, it was all underground. Like, you know, it was artists, pop artists stealing from, you know, R&B, like black R&B artists. Like,
yeah,
I think the people back then, they'll kind of be proud of where hip hop at right now, because, you know, they fought for it and they didn't get that chance. Like, nowadays hip hop everywhere. Super Bowl ads, like, you know, they getting, like, artists getting major, like, endorsement deals from, like, bigger brands. As far as, like, Nautica and
Target,
Sprite. Like, Lil Yachty, he made $11 million last year, and it wasn't music. Like, his music wasn't selling. I think it's just the people
having a following.
Yeah, having following and, you know, respecting the culture and understanding the culture more. Like, you know, it's more mainstream. So, like, I don't think people should look at it like that as being a black or white thing. I think they should just, you know, respect, you know, our culture. Right. And, you know, continue to spend money for as long as they spend money. So that way we can make more money. Yeah. I know it sound crazy, but you got to think about the people who was doing this before us. Like I say, people like Tupac, you know, they was slamming him and, you know, boycotting his records and everything just because of what he was talking about. Even Brenda Had a Baby, that was one of his biggest records, but, you know, white people just thought it was, like, too harsh. Right. Nowadays, you know, people making music like that. And, they're more receptive to it. Yeah, more understanding. So.
Well, hopefully, one day everybody will get it together and they'll be able to kind of, in a way, give us, like I said, just give us credit. It's okay to be inspired. You don't have to be black to be a rapper. Rap music isn't for black people, but just know the purpose and where it came from. Because, like I said, this isn't the first genre where I feel like they're trying really hard to kind of take some things and then make it their own, and then boom, it's them. Now, next thing you know, 20 years from now, there's not going to be one black hip-hop artist, even though black people who started it. Same thing that happened with rock and roll, and like I said, with jazz or other genres that we really started. Like, when you think of rock, you don't think of black people, you think of white people, when really we're the ones who started that. Like Muddy Waters, like there's a lot of blues artists and things like that they've taken from us. And back then they were able to do that because they didn't have cameras and videos, and now, thanks to the media, we're able to be more informed and really realize where all this is coming from. So, just trying to advance the culture, but I definitely see where you're coming from, as far as now they're more receptive to it, at least to hear us out, opposed to kind of trying to shut us down before. So, but what are y'all thoughts? Tell us what y'all are thinking. Comment down below. Make sure you follow Free Dope Media on Instagram and also For the Record, and definitely expect big things from both platforms. I know you have something coming up, a new interview for all the Orlando people who may be familiar with this. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, interview with P.I. Bang coming soon. It'll be on the YouTube channel, Free Dope, and like she said, yeah, we got some things in the works. You know, I like what For the Record doing, and, you know, for the city, and putting artists on and sharing light on, you know, the music scene here. So, you know, we definitely link up and try to get some more stuff for y'all. Yeah,
absolutely. So don't forget to like and subscribe on both channels. So, but thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Until next time, y'all.